Hi you guys, thank you for watching Cooking with Amy. Tonight is St. Patty's Day, and guess what? We are making corned beef and, well, we're making corned beef and cabbage, and then also we're gonna make bangers and mash, which is sausage and mashed potatoes. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure you're wearing green so you don't get pinched. All right, so we're gonna do two different ways. So we're going to start with and I soaked it overnight, which I don't think you're supposed to, but it looks a little weird. But anyways, I just got a corned beef and I just kind of cut it and just did little portions. We're gonna cook it in the crock pot, and then we're gonna put a little bit of onions in with it and a little bit of carrots. But other than that, we're just kind of cook this in here, and the rest of it we're gonna cook on the stove. All right, so let's get started on that. So what I'm gonna do is I have my Instapot. Let's go ahead and remove the top. And let me see. Go ahead and make sure it's plugged in. All right, so all I'm gonna do is what I want. This is what I'm doing. Let's see. Okay, I am going to put saute, and I'm going to take this and I'm gonna saute it for a few minutes. Now, if that's what you're not supposed to do, well, I'm kind of doing it my way. So, you know me, I never do it anyone's way or the proper way. I just like that little crispiness on the end or the outside of it. So we're gonna do that real quick. So let me put this in the sink here. Okay, we're gonna get so excited. I'm really excited to try this. Now, I know a few weeks ago we did the bourbon or the Reuben sandwiches, or Reuben kind of, you know, bowls. So this kind of reminds me of the same way with all the recipes that I've done. You know what? I never was going to get an Instapot. But they had one a couple of years ago. Well, actually, yeah, it was about a couple of years ago. It was on sale, so around Christmas time, so I grabbed one. And to be honest, I really love them. You don't have to have them. I just thought since I was doing two things, I was going to go ahead and just do one of them in the Instapot. I do like them because I love making my homemade broth. I make my own chicken broth and I make my own beef broth. Tonight I'm not using my homemade because I just haven't made it. But I do like the Instapot for that. And for stuff like this, it's perfect. I've made a few things in it. Now I do hear it kind of sizzling. So let's go in. Well, actually, we'll just let it cook. Whoops. Here's my dog. We'll just let it kind of sizzle a little bit in there. So, and to get things going and bubbling away over here, I do have some potatoes going in here because we are going to do the bangers and mash. So I just got little tiny golden potatoes. I had it up a little bit too high. But we're also going to get my pan going too for the other stuff. So yeah, so I mean, it's really up to you if you want an Instapot. I like the Instapot for other things. And you can use it for, you can use your Instapot for making stews. If you want to make a real quick dinner for your family, they're perfect. So I do like them. If you like stuff like that, then yeah. Hi, you guys. Hi, Leanne. All right, so I'm just going to flip this over a little bit. And like I said, all I'm doing is just searing the edges of it. You don't have to. Most of the ones that I saw for doing the Instapot, the Instapot, they just kind of put it in there and put some beef on it and let it cook and do whatever else. Now, I did get a corned beef hash or corned beef meat, and what I did is I kind of cut it into little quarters because it's a lot of meat. For me in my household, it's a lot of meat. And I froze the rest of it. So, like I said, I'm just going to sear mine a little bit on each side because I like it that way. And then, yeah, we'll go on. So, Well, we're gonna let that sear a little bit. On our little stove over here, flip you around. I've got a pan, I'm starting to warm it up. We're gonna take some onions and we're gonna take some carrots. Actually, no, we're not, sorry. I'm jumping ahead because I'm kind of excited to make the sauce. We're making a Guinness gravy to go over our bangers and mash. So I'm kind of jumping the gun here. We're actually gonna do our cabbage first. So this is the only thing I didn't prep. I'm gonna prep this real quick with you guys because it's really fast and easy to do. I just like to cut my ends off, and then I usually just want to do it really quick here. Hold on, my dog wants salad. So what I do is I like to cut my ends off. Come on. Sorry, always that dog. So I cut my ends off, and then I'm just gonna slice it, and I like to peel the top half off as well. I kind of give it, you know, make sure I have that nice clean coating on here, and make sure everything is pretty. And then all I do is I do like to make sure I have that core kind of cut out, that's in the middle. And then all I'm gonna do, I'll just do it this way, is I'm gonna cut it into thin little slices. You can cut it up however you want. I'm just kind of digging the thin little slices. If you want to cut it up in chunks, you can. Like if you wanted to cut it in some slices and then just give it a rough chop, that's perfectly fine too. All right, let's check this out. I'm gonna show you guys how this baby's doing over here. Because these sautés work pretty well and pretty fast. See how it's kind of getting that nice little sheer, that little nice brownness on there. I love that. All right, we're gonna let it do on that side just for a moment, and then we'll kind of go back to it. So what I'm gonna do in my pan is I'm gonna take my avocado oil, and I'm gonna put some avocado oil in my pan. So bring it over here with me. You guys can watch. See it? Just put them in here. Let's start getting that baby going, because we're going to put our cabbage in there. Again, you can cut your cabbage however you want. I think it's time to sharpen my knife again. I think I just used it a lot this week, so. Okay, again, I'm just going to do a rough chop. Let me just make it so you guys can see what I'm doing here. And if you guys are like beginner cookers and stuff like that, it's okay. You don't have to go out and buy all of the gadgets and everything that everyone has out there. There's, I think last time I kind of made this, what I ended up doing was I did everything in a pan. So it was really simple and easy to do. You don't have to go out and buy an Instapot or all the newest gadgets that are out there, even though sometimes it's really fun to have those. All right, we are going to, the next thing we're going to do is, with our Instapot, I think this guy's going to be good enough. See, it's got all that nice little sizzling on there. What I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to take some of the onions, not all of it. We're going to take some of the onions, put it on the bottom. And I'm just leaving, sorry, you guys got a full-on shot on my chest. All right, so all I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of onions in here, because most of the onions I kind of want to use for tonight. And we'll put some of these carrots, because I don't need all of those either. Actually, we'll just put all the carrots in here. We'll cook the carrots in here. See all these carrots? We're just going to take them and just throw them in here and let them cook. There we go. All right, I'm going to take it off of that. And then let's move these back over here. Oh yeah, no, I always recommend if you can't stay, because I have a lot of people that, you know, if they can't stay and watch it, or I have friends that are teaching their kids, or they've got to go and do something, they always come back and they watch it. So that's the reason why I do the videos. So yes, definitely go that. So we're gonna add these real quick to the pan so we can kind of get them going. Okay. It's kind of hard we're doing two different separate kind of dinners, but that's okay. All right, we are going to grab our beef broth. And normally when I do my beef broth, I like using my own homemade. But actually, I wanted to check this out real quick. Okay, I just want to make sure that I wanted to make sure that I got it stirred up. All right, I'm going to show you this. It's going to get fuzzy for a minute, get steamy. So we're going to just pour some of this broth in here. And that is good enough for this. I was already missing a little bit of the broth, but not a whole lot, because I think I only needed a smidge for a recipe. Come on. But it was pretty much a full box of broth. So I think I put about half of it in there, or half of whatever was left in there. Hi, Christine. Oh, wait, thank you. It's a new shirt. I'm trying to put more color in my life instead of just wearing black all the time. And it was St. Patty's, so I had to wear green. All right. So I put a little bit in that, and I am going to take a little bit of garlic. I minced up a bunch of garlic, so I'm going to put just a good little pinch in there as well. And I'm not going to put any salt because it'll probably be a little bit too salty. So then I'm just going to put my lid on my crock pot. Let me flip you guys around. So all I'm going to do is put my lid on, turn it, and I think somebody had put meat stew. I'm going to do 45 minutes because mine's not as big as what they were going for. Whoops. What did I just do? Oh. Sorry, I wanted that. I think it's because I changed it, sorry. Okay, so then you just leave it and just let it go. It'll do its thing, and we're good to go. At least yep, we're good. We're good to go. All right, so we're gonna take some of our garlic, and we're gonna go check on our cabbage. So in our cabbage, we've got just cabbage in here right now. So I want to fry these babies up a little bit, and I want to add just a little bit of garlic in it too to help flavor it. And break these up a little bit. All right, now some people, when I was watching the videos on how to do this, again, you guys know me, I like to do my own way of doing things and experimenting, and really tonight I'm just experimenting. So I am going to put a little bit of pinch of salt. Most people that were doing this were putting in the Instapot with the meat and stuff. I'm not doing that. Okay, so I put a little bit of salt and I put a little bit of pepper in here. We're just going to stir this around a little bit, and I think what I'm going to do to help give it some flavor and add some more flavor and kind of keep going on with everything that we're doing, and I think because I have enough, is I really, really want to flavor all of this. So, and I really want to flavor the cabbage, so I'm going to add a little bit of broth with it. So like I said, I haven't seen anyone do this. Like I said, I'm just doing my own thing, but why not give things some flavor while we're cooking it? It'll help steam it a little bit, help it cook, and all that kind of good stuff. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we want to cook these down, and we're going to do a couple things. So like I said, when we're done with this and we're done cooking this, we're going to do all of these onions. We're going to take all of this out We're going to do the onions, take those out, and then we're going to make a, we're making a Guinness, what do you call it? Gravy to go over all of this. So we're really excited to make this. Kind of excited about the Guinness part. Now, I really don't drink it. I mean, I sound like an alcoholic, but I'm really not. All right. I just wanted to check on my potatoes to make sure they were doing good because I trimmed them down from earlier. So I'm going to turn them back up just a smidge. Let's see. So what else are we doing? So we're doing potatoes. These are our bangers that we're going to be doing a little bit later. Aren't those pretty? They look a little weird. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to make them, put them on here so they wouldn't look so weird when I put them on there. But, yeah. So another thing, too, is if you are on a keto diet and you want to make it keto or you want to make it really low carb. I mean, granted, the part of making the, I'm going to hold you up here so you don't hear all the frying in here. But the thing is if you want to make a low carb dinner, instead of using potatoes, take a cauliflower and use that instead. So the way I do my cauliflower, I'll break them up. Come on. No, house. Come on. So what I do with my cauliflower, I put it in a pan or in a pot. And then what I do is I just steam them. And then once they're done, I'll treat it like if they're mashed potatoes or if they're potatoes. I just put some butter in there. I put a little bit of salt and pepper if I want to. And then I just mash them. That's all I do. I've seen some people, they'll take some cream cheese. They'll put some cream cheese in there. I really like to keep it really simple. And everyone that's ever had my cauliflower mash, they've loved it the way I do it. So, like I said, it's really simple. We don't have to put a lot of ingredients in it. If you want to put the cream cheese, you can. Sorry, my mind went blank there for a second. You can put the cream cheese. I'm not putting cream cheese in mine. Well, I'm not making cauliflower mash tonight. I'm just using the full-on straight. We're doing straight potatoes tonight. We're doing no carb. That's my carb for tonight. Yes, we're making bangers and mash, and we're also making corned beef as well. I couldn't decide on which one I wanted, so I wanted to do both. So right now in the crock pot, you guys, we've got the corned beef kind of going in there, and right now I am just cooking up my my cabbage. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab a bowl real quick for the cabbage, so we can transfer it to that. I'm really excited about tonight's dish. I mean, when I made the Reuben bowls, it was really good and I loved it then. But I'm really excited to try these bangers and mash. And when I do my bangers, I didn't really find a recipe. Just to kind of put them in a pan, cook them up until it's done. So what I'm gonna do is, you guys, I've been letting these soak for over a week. I took some of my avocado oil. I took I took some garlic and I put it in here, so it's being infused. So I'm infusing my my avocado oil with some garlic. So we're gonna put this in the bottom of the pan. We'll probably put some fresh garlic in there as well. But I really wanted to put this in here and kind of give it a really good garlic flavor when we do our bangers. And all I did when I found, let's see, where did I go? I went to a couple places. I can't remember where I got my bangers from, but it was Trader Joe's. Because I figured Trader Joe's would kind of have more of the international kind of stuff. And they had just regular bangers and mash. It didn't have like any flavors or anything like that with some of the other ones I saw. So I thought that's going to be perfect. I can kind of do whatever I want with it. So let me show you what my cabbage is looking like. Look at that. Isn't it looking yummy? Oh, have you put that on here before? I've tried it, but I don't think I've ever put it on. I've never put it on my well, I've never really cooked Irish food before, but. We're going to let that cook a little bit longer. So Aaron was saying put some, and I'm probably going to say it wrong, but it's AOXACA queso. Put that on here. I bet you that would be really good. I love cheese, so cheese is great on anything. That just smells so good. And you guys, just adding a little bit of that. And as you can see, it's already used up in here. It's not like it's hanging out or anything, but that that beef broth that we put in here really soaked up in that cabbage, and it kind of gives it really that yummy little flavor. And a little bit of that garlic in here, it just tastes delicious. I cannot wait until all of this is combined together. This is going to be great for our gravy as well. Oh my goodness. Alright, so once we're done with this, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our onions. And then after our onions, we will do our bangers and mash. We'll put them in here and cook them up, because that, you guys, is going to be great. Right, I think these are done. Just kind of make sure, because I like mine a little bit crunchy. They're tender, but still have a little bit of that crunch to it. That was still the part of the, that is too. Guess I left those in here. That was the stem part. I didn't want to eat the stem. All right. Yeah, I like that. Just perfect. It's tender, but it still has a little bit of crunch to it. Yes, we are done with this. Alright, let me move you guys this way so you can see what I'm doing without burning myself. So I'm just taking this and I'm going to put this in my bowl. Let's get you guys moved around again. Yes, I know it's a melting cheese, so we used it a couple weeks ago. We used it in a recipe. It was Guy Fieri's, what was it? It was his can, or oh my god, what was it called? Nachos in a can or something like that. It was a really cool thing that we did. So yeah, I did that. Right. We'll add some of the avocado oil on here just to kind of get, coat the bottom. We don't start burning the bottom of the pan either. Ooh, listen to that sizzle. So what is Fido? I don't think I've ever had Fido. Is that a cheese or is that, what is it? I might try it. I'm always into trying something different and new. Now there are some things that I can't eat, but and it's not because I don't want to or I think it's gross, but there's just some things I've kind of learned that I can't eat. So I like this. My onions are cooking up really fast here. Oh, they're looking beautiful. They're getting that pretty golden color. So yeah. So again, we're kind of doing these in steps on some of these. We're just kind of doing some of the onions, and then we're doing the, we already did the cabbage, and then after this, we're going to put in our bangers, and then kind of get that going. We're kind of seasoning the pan right now for them. So I am going to add some more garlic to this, but not right now, just because I don't want my garlic to burn. So garlic kind of burns pretty fast. So when you are doing this, put your, and that's why I put a little bit of avocado oil in here, is because it's going to help coat the bottom of the pan. It's not going to burn. It's not going to make this stick. But, yeah, it's going to help all of this out. You can actually, when it starts getting like this, you usually want to wait a bit to add your salt, because salt, when you do add it to it, it does bring out the moisture. And if you want kind of that crystallizing that's kind of going on, if you can kind of bring it down a little bit. See the crystallizing from the onions, that nice little crispy look? If you want that, don't put the salt in at the beginning. Wait until the end to put it in. Then it'll help, because if you put salt on it early, it draws out the moisture in your onions, and it's going to take you longer to get what you want. I don't want these fully, you know, brown, so that's okay. So it's a Mexican pasta. I've never tried it. I don't. Is it like a pasta, like a wheat pasta, like, you know, like Italian kind of pasta? Because I can't do pasta. Or I totally would. Believe me, I totally would. I love pasta. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't do a whole lot of pasta anymore. Now, can you get that? Can you get that at the store? Okay, so I'm gonna do these just a little bit longer, and then we will add the garlic to it. Oh, and just FYI, we're gonna get fancy on plating tonight. At least we're gonna try it. So yeah, we're just gonna cook these just a little bit longer. And while that is doing, I'm gonna check our potatoes. Right, we're gonna turn off our potatoes. I'm just gonna let them sit and finish. There's a couple of them that are still a little bit firm than I like them to be, but they're pretty much done. So I'm just gonna let them sit in the water while we kind of finish doing all of this. Okay. All right, my onions are where I want them to be. So I am gonna add some of this garlic. So I have about, I don't know, I'm just gonna use about half of this, because I still want to save some for the other stuff as well. Want to get too greedy. So we're just gonna kind of grill up or fry up some of that garlic to kind of give it some flavor in there to help wake it up. Oh, you guys can smell that. It's like an instant smell of garlic. It's so beautiful. Now garlic does burn easy too. Okay. I'll have to go check it out and see if I can find it. And I'll have to look and see how it is. Maybe I can go to my international store. I've been making a lot of trips to my international stores. Just because I've been getting some really good vegetables there. Like, I know last week I made the ratatouille. That has been such a huge hit with my friends. I had a friend of mine, it was her birthday. She wanted some, so I made some for her. And then I had another friend that is trying to eat healthy because she needs to. So I made some for her, and I brought her some, and it was good to see her too, because I haven't seen her in over a year. Yeah, ever since we started working from home. Actually, probably 2 years. I'm trying to think. Hold on. No, it was probably almost 2 years. Well, no, because we actually went in the office. Before we went on lockdown, we were in the office. But it's been definitely a year since I've seen her. All right. So I think my garlic is done. We are going to take this and add this also to, I'm going to put you over here so I don't burn myself. Kind of get some of my stuff out of the way. So I am going to take this. I'm going to add this to my cabbage. You guys are going to see the back of the pan just for a minute. Alright, now this is going to go back on our stove. And this time we are going to take some of our garlic avocado oil. And I love these little jars. So I have been making, or well, I should say, I have been marinating I've been making my own vanilla. My own vanilla extract. I got some of the Madagascars and everything. And I got little jars like that to make little ones. I got big, huge jars to make them. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to try it. All right. Okay, like I said, this is our little bangers that we're gonna make. Okay, so I'm gonna put these babies in here, and these will probably cook up pretty fast, which is fine. I'm gonna turn that a little bit because I want it to lay down a little bit. I keep turning up my oven, or my stove. I don't want to keep turning it up. So I'm going to bring you guys over here so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, so yeah, no, I'll have to go look for those. Let me put you back over here. I'll have to go look and see if I can find some of that and see if I can do it or not. But I kind of stay away from pastas. Last week, I have a friend that's leaving, and she wanted me to cook for her before she leaves. And she's moving to Las Vegas, so I made some spaghetti squash and some veggies. I mean, I had a ton of stuff I was going to make anyway, but I needed to make it, so I made this spaghetti squash, and I put a bunch of vegetables in it, and I'm trying to think of what I put in it. I made so many things this last week. Okay, so I'm going to have to sit and think about what I put in it. But I know, I put broccoli, and I put some bell peppers, and I just kind of put it in the pan and just kind of cook them all up. It was like bell peppers, some broccoli, some Brussels sprouts. Oh, that's right, that's what I did. Okay, I remember what I did. I took some Brussels sprouts, and I let them kind of overnight sit, or actually just in the morning time. Why do I cook? Because I love cooking. So I have to eat really healthy. And I have a lot of people that during this whole quarantine thing, this just came out. The pictures that I was posting of my food, they really liked it. So they said if I did a cooking show, they would watch. So that's why I started doing this. And also just because I like to eat healthy, and a lot of people say it's hard for them to eat healthy. They just don't know what to cook. So that's another reason why. And there's a lot of people out there, sorry, I just had to remove you guys from that. There's a lot of people that say that like they're beginner cooks or anything like that. They don't know what to do. So when I would watch things online, because I like to watch a lot of cooking things, it wasn't really straight from the beginning. So really wanted to show that you can cook something healthy and feed a family and make it like inexpensive, or if you have kids, just whatever it may be that you're trying to cook and have a good healthy meal. So that's what I want to do. I have to cook anyway. So why not show a good healthy way on how to cook food and yeah, share some of that healthiness. Besides, when I was a kid and I used to do the dishes, my garbage disposal was my cooking show. Yeah, I would always pretend I was Julia Child, silliness, right? But anyways, yeah. Yeah, no empty plates. No empty plates at all. That, and I just love experimenting with food. I just like having fun with it. Cooking something a little bit different, something healthy. Yeah, so these guys are starting to spit up a little bit. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Those are our little bangers going on here. So I'm trying to get all sides done. So I like to move my sausages, make them snuggle together to help hold up some of the others that keep moving. And that way you can kind of get, oops, that one busted. Ooh. But see, I'm trying to get all the sides. Now I'm going to probably flip that back around and get that sided all nice and yummy. But look at that. Isn't that delicious? Yum! Yeah. So also what I'm going to do, I did have someone ask me if I can make some, do an episode on making lunches, like good healthy lunches. So I am going to do that. I'll probably do that this weekend. So I have, matter of fact, I just got some the other day. And I get mine, now each person, everyone has their own taste buds. So I get these cauliflower thins. The ones that I like and I prefer are from Whole Foods. I'm going to show you them real quick. If you have a toaster oven, they're perfect. Or what I do is I put mine in the oven. I put it at 300 or 350 or even 400. These are my little cauliflower thins. I'll show you what they look like. Matter of fact, I was going to look on getting one of those little tortilla presses and see if I can make my own. Since I used the cauliflower crust the other night for the pizza, I thought, why not get one of those little tortilla pressers and make my own and do my own. So anyways, these are little cauliflower thins. You stick them in the oven just for a few minutes. You flip it so they're nice and golden brown. You can make a sandwich out of it. I made one the other day and I put a little bit of cream cheese on it and I put some avocado on it and I put everything but the bagel on it. Delicious, absolutely delicious. All right. I think these guys are just about done. Oh, yes. I see what you're saying. Yes. Sorry. So trying to read the comments and figure out what you guys are saying, it does kind of, I see what you're saying. Yes, it is a compliment. Matter of fact, when I was saying earlier, and I was telling you guys earlier that I had some friends of mine that liked the ratatouille that I made. They, my friend just asked me the other day if she could have the recipe. So I kind of sent her the recipe because she thought she took a screenshot of it. And I just sent it to her again. And she was super, super excited. Okay, before I take these off 100%, oh, that tastes good. I do like to make sure mine's cooked. All right, I am going to cook them just a smidge longer. But I am going to turn down the heat a little bit. I'm still getting used to this oven. Before our smoke alarms go off, I do need to open up some of these windows real quick. Hold on. So the other night I was cooking and I was just, what was I cooking? I think I was just cooking some veggies or something. But anyways, it started smoking and it set off the alarm, and yeah, our alarm people called to make sure that we were okay, that we weren't actually having a fire. I'm like, nope, we're good. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, so these are almost done. Like I said, we're kind of making these real quick, and then we're going to start making our gravy. I am going to take our potatoes. We're going to go ahead and empty the water. You know what? The only kind of bread recipe I have is It's a sourdough bread. I have that. I have it. I think I posted it. If not, I can post it again if you want that recipe. But it's a sourdough bread. Okay, so what I'm going to put in my potatoes is when I empty the water out, what I like to do is I'm going to take some of my butter. Now I have to tell you guys, I really like, you know, I like international butter. I don't know if that's the correct way of saying it, but I do like my Kerrygold or my other butter that's from other countries, just because they taste so much better. Alright, I am going to put probably maybe just a couple tablespoons of butter in here. I'm just going to open the lid, pop them in there, and then also what I like to do too, but before we do that, we're going to take these meats off the, we'll flip you around here. We're going to take these out because these are done. Okay. We're going to switch that to the back just for a minute. Ooh, it's nice and quiet now. All right, so what I'm going to do is, hold on, let me grab my towel. What I'm going to do is, like I said, I put some butter in there, and then this is when I like to add my salt to it because it helps it marinate. And then when I go and mash it, it's going to be in there, and if I need to add more, I can add more. Okay. Now, the best part. We are going to get started on our gravy. Now, what I want to do is we want to keep some of that stuff in there, but I need to empty out some of that grease because we don't really need it. Also what I'm doing too is we had some little burnt pieces in there from the other stuff that we had in there cooking. I want to get rid of that too. So we're going to make a roux with this. And we are putting a couple things of butter in there just because I want to make a lot. And then when we put our butter in there, so instead of using, let's put you back over here. So there's a lot of people that are gluten-free, don't want to do the flour kind of stuff. So I like to use arrowroot, or you can also use, I'm just putting a good couple tablespoons in there because I kind of want mine a little thick. So I'm going to get this roux going here real quick. Now I am going to add the rest of this garlic. I know we were going to do it with the other stuff, but I'm going to put it in here to give it some of the flavor. And because I wiped some of the stuff out. Alright. Now, we're going to take our lovely Guinness. I'm going to put that in there. And then we're also going to take some of our beef broth and put this in here too. Alright, and then we're going to stir this so it can start getting thick again. And now don't worry if it's not getting thick right off the bat, it's okay. Because once we start bringing it up, it's going to start getting thick. Now I'm going to get a spoon, just because I do want to taste this. That's pretty good. That really tastes like Guinness. So, I'm not complaining at all. We got bubbling a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit more beef broth because we were supposed to add more of that than the beer. That's okay. And like I said, if it's not getting thick right away, it is absolutely okay, because what I can do is we can add a little bit more starch, but we're going to do it a different way. We're not going to do it like how I've done it before, and it's just been a hot mess. So I've kind of learned if you want to get a thickener and you need to add a little bit more thickener, take your thickener, whatever you need in there, put it in a little container, add whatever you're putting in, like we can add the beer, or we can add some of the broth. Like I'd probably take some from there, put it in here, mix it up, and then put it in so it can get nice and thick. And that way it doesn't get clumpy, because I've had that before that I'm like, oh, it's ruining it. It's got little clumps floating around everywhere. Yeah. All right, and so what I want to do too to add, well, no, not yet. We want it to get a little bit more thicker. Okay, like I said, we're going to add some of this to here. Oops. I'm going to add some of our beer to it. Kind of get that little slurry going in here. And see how it makes it nice and smooth? I mean, you can't really see it because there's a lot of foam on there. But when I add it to this, it's not going to be that bad. All right. Add that right in. And there we go. A little bit of garlic in there with it. Whew. We cannot spill the beer. That would be a tragedy. All right, so like I said, I wanted mine a little bit thicker. So what I did is I added a little bit more thickener to it. So now I see that it's starting to get thick. Let me see if I can get you guys in there. See how it's getting nice and thick? I made a huge mess. Yes, Aaron, I will definitely repost it. If not, what I do, because the one that I know that I posted, it's with raspberries, and it's with white chocolate. It's kind of, I call it a dessert bread. I call it absolutely heaven. But I can repost that one for the sourdough bread without the other ingredients that's in it. It's all the same. It's a really simple. So I'm just kind of checking to see my thickness here. All right, so I'm going to turn this off because it'll probably get nice and thicker as soon as we get it off the heat. So let's move that. We are going to remove our beer because we don't want our beer to get warm. We're going to let those sit just for a minute. I almost knocked the phone in there. Hold on. That was almost tragedy. We almost, one, knocked the beer over. Two, that would have been a waste. No, I'm not working on a cookbook. Like I said, I just started this a couple months ago with cooking and stuff like that. So I have just as of the other day, like maybe 400 and maybe 11 or 12 people following. I mean, I just jumped up this last couple weeks to reach 400. All right, we're gonna try this. I don't say I've never had it, but I've tried it before. Not bad. So when I was watching for the, that's a little bit bubbly. So when I was looking for the recipes, it was said to get the extra stout. So it's not too bad. A little bubbly. No, I wouldn't mind doing a cookbook. But I do kind of keep my own cookbook and keep a log of some of the stuff that I do like. So there's that. All right, what we're gonna do too for our mash, we're gonna start working on our mashed potatoes. So, what I like to do is if I have some almond milk or any kind of milk, I'll put some cream in there. I don't have it in that. Now this is probably where you can kind of come in handy and use some of your, probably the cream cheese. Let me kind of show you here. But I don't really want to put cream cheese in this. So I'm just going to mash my potatoes. Like I said, I have a couple tablespoons of butter in here. And I did put some salt and pepper. And all I'm going to do is mash this. Now I just use golden potatoes and I left the skin on. You can use the rustic potatoes if you want. I personally do a little bit better with these ones. Yeah. So, like I said, I put some salt in there, and this is when you can kind of determine if you need more salt or if you need more butter. You can definitely do that. I'm gonna get a spoon here so I don't burn my fingers. Now, I do like mine a little creamy. You can add a little bit of milk, and I know some people, well, actually this would not be keto friendly at all, but that's good. So, to make it a little bit creamier, what I do is I'm going to add a little bit of half and half. Or actually, well, thank you, Erin. I know I should. So I'm going to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream. Not a whole lot, just a smidge to help make it creamy. Just because I do like my mash a little bit creamier. And a little bit goes a long way. Now, this is how we always made our mashes when we were kids. My mom made them. Of course, then again, we always used the rustic potatoes. And we always used an electric mixer. But since I want to talk to you guys, I'm using a masher. And I kind of like it. And then see how nice and thick it is? It's not that, it's not too thin. And that's why I use just a little bit of the heavy whipping cream. And like I said, you can use sour cream, you can use cream cheese. It's whatever your little heart desires and whatever your taste buds makes it happy. I should say whatever makes your taste buds happy. Mine, I just like butter, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and then a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. But see, if you look at this, look how nice and creamy that is. Even with the skins on it, see how creamy that is? Now, I am, just because I like it this way, I am adding just a little bit more butter. Maybe that much more. Now I'm going to put the lid back on it so it'll help melt a little bit. I like it like that just because I love butter. Yes, this is the best way. I don't know. This is the way we were brought up on making mashed potatoes. So this is the best way, personally, I think, to make mashed potatoes, especially if you're going to go for all of that yumminess. So right now I'm kind of checking on my gravy. So I do want to taste it for some flavor. That's really good. That does taste really good, you guys. All right, let's get some of these taters mashed up. Kind of hate doing that on glass stove. I'm gonna tell you, I'll be cleaning the stove tonight. It's dirty. Look at that. Look at this, just how beautiful and yummy that is. Let me show you again how creamy and yummy that is. Look how yummy and delicious that is. I mean, look at that. It's just perfect. I'm a happy girl. That's just perfect. All right. Let's get on. So we're gonna plate our first half because we've got 8 minutes left on the corned beef. See, this is perfect. Perfect timing. Let me grab a plate. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, had to let the dog in too. All right, we're gonna plate. Like I said, we're gonna be fancy tonight. We're gonna do fancy schmancy stuff. All right, set the beer out of the way a little bit. You guys can see what I'm doing. Ooh, that would be good. You know, I just ran out of smoked paprika, and I definitely do have cardamom. But yeah, that would be delicious. All right, we are going to start with the mashed potatoes. Like I said, we're gonna be fancy tonight. I got these cute little rings and I've wanted to be fancy like I'm some professional chef or something and make a fancy dish. So we're making a fancy Irish potato mash. Yeah, we're gonna make this fancy tonight. Why not? We're celebrating Irish. And since I can't really drink a whole lot, yeah, we're just gonna do this. All right, we got that. Let's pull that one. Yeah, we'll do the onions first. We'll do some onions. Ooh, onions and potatoes. Yum. We'll do that. And then we'll reach down here to the bottom and get some of this yummy cabbage. Add some beautiful color in there. Again, you guys, we're being fancy tonight. Get some of that in there. Oops. All right, let's see if I can make this come out and be pretty. Ha 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 ha! Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, that's so adorable. All right, I'm gonna take. Let's see, hold on. I haven't gotten that far. I just wanted to get that far. All right. Let's get some of this gravy on there. Look at it, how pretty this is coming out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Now, part of me wants to cut up those little bangles to make them look cute, so they'd be looking cute on here, which I think I'm going to do. Let me get my little cutting board here. That will drive me crazy if I put the board on top of that little mess. Okay, all right. Oh, look how pretty those look on the inside. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? I mean, look how pretty. Oh. All right, I think we need a little bit more gravy on top. That's right, I keep licking my fingers. But oh my goodness. There we go, you guys. Oh my gosh. Maybe Nah, that's gonna ruin it. We'll just put this on the side. Put those kind of around the side a little bit. I know, I'm sorry, I'm using my fingers, but being creative right now. The art's going through me. All right. All right, you guys, what do you think? Look how beautiful that dish looks. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. That came out so pretty and so fun. That's our fancy schmancy bangers and mash. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not gonna ruin that one just because I wanna take a picture of it for the blog. But I do wanna try it with all of this goodiness. So we're gonna take some potatoes, we're gonna take some of this onions and some of these cabbage in there, and we're gonna take a big, huge bite. So, bear with me here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I think I'm Irish now. Yep. Oh, that's what I forgot about. I forgot to put some of that gravy on it. That's okay. But oh my God. You guys, these are delicious. If you can make it down to Trader Joe's and you can get some of the just the regular bangers. So what I did with the sausage is I only took 3 of them out, and then I put the other ones in the freezer, just so I can eat them at, you know, a different time. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I tell you, the first sip that I had when I drank this, so I'm a lightweight when it comes to drinking. I can seriously take a shot and I'm like totally gone. I'm already getting a buzz off of this. Oh my God, you guys, we have 1 more minute for the other stuff. Whew, I cannot wait to try that out too. Oh, but I do have to. Sorry about that, but oh good Lord. You guys, this is absolutely amazing. All right, 1 more minute, and I can't wait for the next stuff to come out. Did you guys hear it? Told ya. Look at this. All right, should we wait a few minutes for this, or should we just like, look at my boy. Girl, I am, remember when, oh my goodness, Sandy, remember when we used to have the 2 bars between us? Whoa. We'd go after work. Yeah, that was pretty fun. So my friend and I, that watches, her and I used to work at a tuxedo shop way back in the day, and I think it was like one of the funnest jobs we had. It was like only 3 of us, minus our crazy boss, but we had so much fun, and we pretty much ran that shop, and we had a blast. Especially having the 2 bars between us, we'd get a lot of drunk people coming in. It was just absolutely hilarious. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and release the pressure. I'm going to do it slowly and safely. Now, normally when I do this, I do let it do it on its own, so I don't have to. But since we're doing it for tonight, we're going to go ahead and release it. And I'm hoping it's done. Because some of the other, excuse me, now I got the hiccups. Right, I can never forget that either. So, some of the stuff that sit on here to cook it for like almost an hour, even in the pressure cooker, I did it for 45 minutes just because I wasn't doing a huge thing of corned beef. So I'm hoping and I'm praying, if not, we will do what I'm famous for, is that if I underestimated the cooking time, I will take a picture of it and I will adjust the time on it and let you guys know. But again, I kind of cut my stuff in half. So, all right, let's reveal this together. Let me flip you. And you got a facial. All right, we'll let that baby clear out a little bit. Oh, look at that goodiness. Whoop, whoop. Let's grab this fork. Let's see. Oh, those carrots are nice and tender. Does this fall apart real easy? I am gonna say that might be done. Because remember, we did, hey, get down. Down. There goes my dog. The neighbor barked because the helicopter flew by. Hey, 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 hey. Come here. All right. We are gonna try this because I say it's done. Let me bring this down a little bit. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at that. I say it's done. Because remember, we did cook it for a little bit too. We did sear it. Oh, hey, enough. Hold on. We have a dog interrupting our yumminess. Come on. Between the helicopters, the dog next door, and just random people walking around, my dog has to bark. As usual, right on time. All right. Let's check this out. Look how beautiful this is. And I do think it's cooked the right amount of time because, I mean, it is falling apart pretty easy. That is good. That is absolutely perfect. That is good. All right, let's try it. A little bit of these onions. Get some of this cabbage in here. We'll grab that one little piece and let's go ahead and grab some. We're just gonna dip it. Why not? Wow. That is so delicious, you guys. It is nice and juicy. It was the perfect amount of time for this little bit amount. I feel like I got stuff all over my face, sorry. But this is delicious, you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Make this, even if it's not St. Patrick's Day, grab some yummy, yummy Guinness. Make sure it's the extra stout because it's pretty good. It's not as bitter as the other one, but oh my God, it's delicious. Make some bangers and mash. I do have to say the bangers and mash is my favorite, so I'm glad I made it. But you guys, definitely make this. I mean, this is absolutely delicious. And you know, if I did leave it in there like just a few minutes more, it'd probably just fall apart. But it's falling apart now. But you guys, this is a great Irish dinner. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something new. Hope you make it. Make sure you guys share my page. Have people come like it. Let's get me out there. Who knows? Maybe I'll have my own cooking show. Maybe I will be making my own cooking book. All right, you guys, thank you again for watching Cooking with Amy. I will see you guys later, and we'll make something beautiful again next week. All right, have a great week. Bye.